2,500 kilometers through the Russian wilderness. 43 participants in cars and trucks. 7 challenging stages through ultra-tough terrain, and 1 finish line to reach at the iconic Red Square in Moscow. This is the Silkway Rally 2018. We start the journey in the city of Astrakhan, just northwest of the Caspian Sea. After 4 stages in the region, we head north to Volgograd, Lipetsk, and finally the Russian capital of Moscow. Many of the world's top off-road racers are ready to take on the challenge and compete for the title. Among the car entries we find illustrious drivers such as Qatari and former Dakar winner Nasser Al-Attiyah.
I've been last time 2010, it's 9 years, and come back again, but we see everything really different. The Silkway Rally really coming very, very strong and very famous race.
Is Saudi rival Yazid Al-Raji.
I like this race, it's a very nice race. I am ready to fight to win. We do it also last month in Kazakhstan. We win the race and we try our best in this long weekend.
Or the UK's Harry Hunt, amongst many others.
I'm not here to hang around and just make up the numbers. So I'm going to go fast from the get-go, but also no massive risks, and just see where everyone's pace is.
In the trucks, all eyes are on the mighty Russian team of KAMAZ Master, who send no less than 6 vehicles into the rally. Despite racing on home soil, they won't have an edge over their competitors.
No, the road will barely help us to be faster than our rivals. The track is very hilly, especially around Astrakhan. The whole team MAZ went there for the Russian championships and they know the terrain as well as we do. Van den Brink was here in 2013, so all the competitors face the same conditions.
Indeed, the race against the likes of Hino Ranger, MAZ and Renault Mammut will be all but an easy one. After the glamorous opening ceremony in Astrakhan, we're finally off to the races. Stage 1 is a 360-kilometre loop west of the city. Hot title candidate Nasser Al-Attiyah and co-driver Mathieu Bemel set the pace right away, winning the first stage and taking the lead despite the unfamiliar terrain.
A long time really we not do this of kind of stage, a lot of bumpy and fast, and just because we open the road and we don't know the speed.
In second and third place follow Harry Hunt and Yazid Al-Raji. Bad luck for the Spaniard Nani Roma. After falling sick, he needs to quit the first stage halfway through and forgoing any hope of winning the race. There are no surprises in the truck race where the KAMAZ Master team dominates right out the gate, taking 4 of the top 6 spots after stage 1.
It's a real pleasure to be first. I felt like a champion, but the stage was really hard.
For stage 2, the rally heads to the city of ELISTA, covering a distance of 360 kilometres. Together with stage 3, it's the first part of the notorious marathon stage, leaving the drivers without any mechanical assistance over the next 2 days. And the timing couldn't be worse for Nasser Al-Attiyah. During stage 2, the 4-wheel capability of his car fails, leaving him struggling with just 2-wheel drive.
we cannot do anything. You know, it's a front-wheel drive, and we try just to manage and to keep good speed and to finish tomorrow without any problem. Yeah, it will be not easy.
Nevertheless, Nasser manages to win the stage and stays in the overall lead, but without mechanical assistance there's nothing he can do to fix his four-wheel drive for the second half of the marathon stage. Meanwhile, Hunt and Al-Raji follow close behind. In the truck race, Kamaz solidify their dominance by taking all of the 6 top spots, and Dmitry Sotkanov keeping the overall lead. After maintaining their own vehicles by hand, the racers take on stage 3, a 470-kilometre stretch back to ASTRAKHAN. During the long and tough stage, thick clouds start covering the Russian sky. A few minutes later, the drivers push through torrential rain, turning the course into a mud bath. It's too much for Nasser's struggling two-wheel drive. He starts falling behind and loses his overall lead. Also, the leading trucks of Kamaz fall victims to the mud and need to join forces to continue. As the rain gets even worse, the race director has to make a call.
Every 5 minutes the rain is getting stronger and the track is now almost impassable. Most of the competitors are still in the race, and the only right decision is to stop the race at this point.
After cancelling the rest of the stage, Harry Hunt takes the overall lead in the car race, while Nasser drops to 3rd place. In the trucks, Dmitry Sotnikov of Kamaz manages to keep the lead. With a strong 4th place finish in the stage, Japan's Hino Sugawara's truck moves up to 6th overall. After 2 stages without service and pouring rain all day, it's a tough job for all the crews to make the vehicles ready again for the challenge of the next stage. Stage 4 is another loop around ASTRAKHAN, covering 420 kilometers through the Russian steppe. Leader Harry Hunt faces a bad setback as he needs assistance to fix a broken suspension.
I don't know, it just happened on this corner. I think it's so bumpy in there, you know, so it's a real shame.
Nasser Al-Attiyah is desperately waiting for some missing pieces to fix his 4-wheel drive. He keeps pushing with only 2-wheel drive and manages to keep 3rd place overall. Matteo Serradori of the SRT team drives an outstanding stage. He wins the day and moves up to 2nd place overall.
I want to thank my co-driver because he managed to find a good way alone in the dunes. There were no tracks to follow, but we both drove and navigated very well. Yeah, it was a good day.
Finishing the stage just 1 second behind is the Mini of Yazid Al-Raji, making him the new race leader. In the trucks, Kamaz deliver another dominant performance, taking 5 of the top 6 spots, with Sotnikov keeping the overall lead. A strong 2nd place in the stage goes to Dutchman Martin van der Brink in the Renault Mamo truck. On day 5 of the race, we leave ASTRAKHAN and head 550 kilometers north to Volgograd. After dropping out of the first stage and losing any chance for the title, Spaniard Nani Roma gets some redemption by winning the tough stage. Behind Roma, a fellow Mini driver Al-Attiyah and Saradori of SRT. Both keep their overall ranks of first and second. NASA is still racing with just a two-wheel drive car, even needing assistance to cross some of the trickier sections.
Thank you. Too much problem.
What's the problem?
Same. Now 3 days we don't have the rear wheel drive, and but okay, I hope today we receive the part and we try to fix it, because never happened like this in all race. I don't know why.
NASA still manages to finish the stage in 4th place, staying 3rd overall. In the trucks, Kamaz are on fire again, taking all top 6 spots, despite many challenges along the way.
Our wipers were broken 90 kilometers before the finish. We decided not to stop and not to lose any time. I tried to clean the windscreen with water instead. Fortunately, we made it well to the finish, so everything is okay.
Kamaz keeping the entire top 5 overall, with Sotkanov still in the lead. On day 6, we faced the longest stage of the race, a massive 770 kilometers from Volgograd to Lipetsk. A good day for NASA, as his 4-wheel drive is finally fixed, and he immediately proves his skills with a fully functioning car, taking the stage win and moving back up to 2nd place overall.
We make a good stage. Yeah, I'm quite happy to finish today without any problem, and because last 4 days is always a problem, you know, with the car, but okay, now it's good.
But with just 1 stage left, will it be enough to catch Yazid Al-Raji, who's leading by a full hour and 11 minutes?
We don't need to push because we lead with a good gap. Nice stage, but it's easy to make mistake in this stage. It's very difficult with a lot of mud in the corner and car easy out of control.
Bad luck for Saradori and co-driver Lurquin as their buggy suddenly stops.
The car was not accelerating as it should from the beginning today. We don't know what it is, and we have technical issues at the moment, and we're not quite sure we can continue, so we will see. We're working on it.
The French team is able to finish the stage, but dropped to 3rd place. In the truck, Sotkanov comes to a halt as well. A bitter disappointment for the Russian, who had been leading throughout the entire race.
The track became slippery and their momentum was gone. All the gears are okay, but the truck doesn't move. It looks like something's wrong with the gearbox. We can't fix it by ourselves, so we have to wait for help.
As Sotkanov is towed off the route, his teammate Karganov wins the stage and moves up to 1st place overall, keeping the lead in the hands of the Kamaz Master team with just 1 day left of the rally. This is it, the final stage of the Silkway Rally 2018. The route is 500 kilometers from Lipetsk to the Russian capital Moscow. However, the weather has its own plans, and another day of torrential rain forces the organisers to react.
We did not want to take any risk for competitors and also for the organisation, as we need to be and we must be in Moscow on the Red Square this evening.
Nevertheless, the excitement of the race continues on a shortened final stage of just 80 kilometres, making the race to the finish line even tighter and more competitive for all the participants. Victory on the final stage goes to the UK's Harry Hunt ahead of Spaniard Dani Roma. NASA Al-Attiyah shows a strong last performance, but finishing 3rd on the final stage, he finishes 2nd overall. Behind Nasser follows Sarah Dory, finishing third overall. After 7 tough stages and over 2,500 kilometres of intense off-road racing, the winner in the car category is Saudi Arabia's Yazid Al-Raji. In the trucks, Kammers don't want to risk anything on the final day, leaving the stage win to Van der Brink. But it's Kammers who take the entire top 5 overall, with Russian Andrei Karganov taking his first victory on home soil.
It's the only race I haven't won before. I won Dakar in 2014, I won Africa Echo Race in 2017, and now we won the Silkway Rally. We are very, very happy.
It's been an intense rally with everything that's to love about off-road racing. And despite all the struggles along the way, the competitors are already looking forward to next year's edition of the Silkway Rally as they head to the finishing celebration at Moscow's iconic Red Square.
It's very nice rally and very nice organizer. I enjoy a lot, and I come this third year, and always every year I coming because I enjoy a lot in this race and I like it very well.
Thank for the organization, thank for the all people who support this rally, because really it's a very high class race, and I'm sure, you know, next year promise we come here and to win this race.
Hot title candidate Nasser Al-Attiyah and co-driver Mathieu Bemel set the pace right away, winning the first stage and taking